Hey everyone, welcome back. So I'm here at another track day. Finally, I count this down every single month. So I'm here with the Zl1 1Le, and this time I came a little bit more prepared just because it's in the middle of summer and the sun is just beaming. It's so hot. I actually brought a tent and chairs. I've learned my lesson from the previous times here. So this is the East track at Wild Horse, and I've already been to this track, but I came in the GT350, so I was only here once before then. So this is my first time here with the Camaro Zl1 1Le, and I'm so excited to see how it's going to be here, because this is going to be my second time tracking this car. The first time was at AMP. That was a faster track, a little bit more technical than this one. This one is rather short, and the funny thing is, I'm not sure if you guys can see it here, but this track, it just circles all around, and you actually just stay parked right here in the center in this gravel part. So I'm so excited to drive the Camaro Zl1 1Le. So if we walk here, you guys can see there's not that many cars today, so it's not that packed, which is actually a good thing, just because I remember last month in June, which was also a Track Addicts Day, which is on Saturday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. just like today. It was extremely packed, and I thought there weren't going to be that many cars just because it's really early in the morning and it's just supposed to be for Track Addicts. But surprisingly, there were so many cars, so many accidents in the red group. So I'm hoping that's not the case this time. But I recognize some cars here. I remember that GT3 RS, that orange one, he was in the red group. I'm not sure if you guys remember him from the video. Check this out, guys. Look at this beauty right here. That GT350, wow. And he's actually in the green group. I've seen him driving and he has skills. Oh, and another thing, I also see that there is a shock Camaro Zl1 1Le, and you guys know that that was my initial favorite color. That was my first choice to get in the Zl1 1Le. And he's running right there. Let's see if I can get a closer look. Look how awesome and nice it looks in that shock color. Woo! I can tell it's still stock because I can't hear it, or my earring is falling off. I can't hear it at all. All the other cars with aftermarket exhaust and already done up and modified, you can hear them, but I cannot hear the Zl1 1Le. I'm actually curious to see if it's an automatic or a manual. Hopefully maybe when he actually gets off, then I can actually go see it and see. So I'm the second Zl1 1Le today, but he's not in my group, which would have actually been nice to have it in my group just to see some friendly competition. But he's like in a group above mine, so that means his skill set is a little bit more. But let's see, I can't wait. I need to go head over to my car now, just because we're probably starting like in around 10-20 minutes, I think, after these guys are done. So let's see how I do on my first lap. I just finished my first session. It's so hot. That's why I'm here in the car. You can see me sweating. It is like, I don't know, maybe like 105 or something today. It's incredible, but what's new here in Arizona? So far so good. There were less cars. So at first I started with 4 cars. I was like the 4th one in, and I was thinking, is this it? Is this the only cars that are in our group? But then other cars started joining. I guess they were just a little bit late. But so far so good. I really love this car. Just the grip, the aero, everything ends up working. But I was kind of like getting my feet wet, since this is my first time with this car at this track. So now on my second and third and fourth session, and I'll just push it a little bit more. So I'll see you guys on the second one. So guys, I actually thought about it more this time and I bought this tent. I brought 2 chairs. I came prepared just because it was so hot last time. Well, every single time I come to the track, even when it's not summer, since there's no shelters to be under, just the sun is beaming at you. But since it's July and it just gets even hotter here, and last time I don't know, it was extremely hot. So I bought this tent, which a lot of people actually do, so I'm not the only one. But yes, this has been helping a lot. And in case you guys were wondering, I'm still working. So I wasn't able to get anyone to actually step in for me today, so I'm still working. Let's see how I'm able to do this today. Hopefully I'm able to film and just enjoy the track day, because last time I was just so stressed because there were so many things to do. But let me get to work and I'll see you guys later. So I'm back. So I actually just finished the last session. I wasn't able to record either like just after the second or third just because I was working, so it was kind of busy. But let me tell you that this car, I finally got the hang of it. Just actually taking it out on the track for the first time, and then here after that first session just getting my feet wet and getting to know it. I love how it drives. I feel so confident in this car. You have to drive it really aggressively, which is just completely different from the Shelby GT350, but then again, this just has way more aero. That's totally different, totally opposite, but no issues at all. I didn't experience any issues like last time with it overheating, and it was probably like around the same temperature, probably a little bit hotter since we're in July. But right now, they're about to close the gates. They're telling me right now that I only have a few minutes left, so I'll see you guys when I get to the house. So it's the next day. Yesterday, I ended up getting home a little bit later than expected, just because I was working while I was at the track again, and of course, as usual, something ended up coming up that I had to take care of, so I had to stay a little bit later at work. By the time I got home, I was just exhausted. I really didn't want to do anything, and I just came home and knocked out. But I just want to tell you a little bit of a recap of how everything went. But first, let me show you how this tape ended up holding up. So this is it. This is the aftermath. Now, let me tell you that it ended up actually holding up a lot better than this. This is just pretty much from driving back on the highway and these edges just coming off. So I do need to remove this, but I'm very glad that I did this because, as you guys already know, I already learned my lesson with the Shelby GT350, and it's not going to happen with this car. It's also dirty. It was pretty dusty there. I'm not sure if you guys can see, maybe a little bit. It almost never ends up showing up on camera. But either way, let me tell you a little bit more how everything went yesterday. Okay guys, so a few things. So I think I pretty much got the hang of this car, which I was pretty surprised, just because this is my second time ever driving this car out on the track and my first time at this particular track. So this track is a much smaller and just slower speed track than the first time that I took it to A&P, which was a faster and longer track, which I think is just much better for this car. So I did get an alignment before taking it to the track, but I have to say that this car still doesn't feel as good or as I would want it to when I'm taking these slower turns as the Shelby GT350 does. So I think for now I'm just going to work on suspension for this, so just a few minor suspension upgrades. I think I'm just gonna hold off on power for now because this car just has plenty, and once I do add power, then it's just going to be a new learning curve, at least with driving this car at the track. And another thing is that there were surprisingly no accidents. Last time that I took the Shelby GT350, there were just so many accidents, people wrecking, at least in our group, and there were none this time, so at least that's a good thing, which brings me back to another thing. So the group that I'm always in, well, at least for this one, I was in the red group, which is the beginners group, and I think it's time to move up to the orange group. I know I said this last time, but that was for the Shelby GT350 just because I've already had so much track time with that car. I feel very confident in it, and I really didn't think that I was going to be moving up so quickly in this one, but I guess it's just from all the practice that I've had already. So as you guys saw, I'm pretty much passing all the cars at the track. I really didn't have to try so hard. It really wasn't that challenging for me, which I want a challenge. So I think it's just time that I move up to the orange group, which is the next group after the beginner group for both cars. I have to say that I am a little bit nervous because I'm gonna warn you guys, I think that you guys see all these cool videos of me passing these cars now at the track. I think that once I move up to the next group, these cars are going to be passing me, and if that does happen, then it's okay. That just means I need to keep working on my skill set, and then eventually I'll get there. I mean, I think I've progressed a lot from when I first started until now, so I'm very excited for that. Hopefully it is a challenge, and I'm just looking forward to. Now, my next track day is going to be something really cool. It's actually at night. I've never done a track day at night, but I will be taking the Shelby GT350 for that one, so that's next month in August, so let's see how that turns out. All right guys, so that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.